So if you're watching this video, then by now I'm sure you already are aware of the opportunity that is Amazon FBA, or maybe you're already selling and making money doing this yourself. But something that I've never really seen discussed and something that I think about and I want to explore with you in this video is this business model actually ethical? Is it actually good for the world? Are you leaving things worse than you found them by doing this or not? So that's what we're exploring in this video. And I know it's a bit of a weird topic. We're mostly talking here about making money, improving your life, achieving the lifestyle that you really are dreaming about, and impacting people in positive ways for the most part. So this might seem weird, but I think it's a very important topic to think about, because I ultimately feel like your business should be good for the world and helping people and leaving a positive imprint in some way. So I think it's important to think about this for any business that you're getting into. So as somebody who has been selling physical products on the internet in one way or another for the better part of 6 years now, some of these views might surprise you a bit, but me personally, in my life, in terms of consumer goods and physical things, I really do consider myself a minimalist. I've gotten rid of more things than I've bought in the last few years. You know, I try to have a clean, free lifestyle that's not bogged down by a lot of stuff. Yes, I have certain specific obsessions like particular cars or particular watches, but I don't think that infringes on being a minimalist. You know, I don't just accumulate stuff. I like to have things open. And the reason I'm talking about that here is because most of what people are selling on Amazon FBA is literally disposable crap that just ends up in landfills. It ends up thrown away after 3 months. It's toxic for the environment in some way, which is another thing that I'm very passionate about in my personal life. I take very good care of my health and what I eat. I care about the sourcing of all of the ingredients of the foods that I buy and which stores I support and all of these types of things. And I try not to be wasteful and polluting and toxic. You know, I buy organic produce, I use non-toxic cleaners and all this type of stuff, right? And the reason it ties in is because so many products that people are selling are not good. They're not good, right? So is it okay to be profiting off of selling products that are just basically making things worse for all of us? We're just messing up the planet, messing up stuff. And I don't think that's good. And I think that by even thinking this way, you're on the right track, which is going to be the real message of this video. And I will get to that, but a few other sort of ethical problems of Amazon FBA that I want to touch on just to, pique your interest in some way is working conditions in China. Most products that are being sourced, the types of stuff that we are talking about here are sourced in China. There's a lot of articles you can dig into about working conditions at factories. This is stuff you have to think about if you're sourcing a product in China. Are they, is it basically slave labor? Are they being treated well? Are they being paid accordingly? All down your supply chain, because you are responsible if you're a company and you're producing these goods and selling them. It reflects on you the way that your entire business is operating. So if you care about these things, you need to put some thought into that. And then on top of that, there's a lot about the ethics of working at Amazon. We hear there's articles and stories of the conditions in the warehouses. They've been in the media a lot about the wages, which I think have gone up quite a lot. So maybe they're doing things in the right direction, but still, it's like, do you want to just feed this machine, or should you be doing something you're more passionate and positive about? So what I think is the most important thing you can actually take away and implement from this is that this is not a business that has like no net negative effect on the world. What I mean by that is there's going to be some negative output in the world if you're doing this business model, right? Like there's something in there, somewhere in the supply chain, something is being upset. But what really matters more than that, I think, is the net score, like the net positive versus the net negative. And while your product might not be perfect, if you can be a better alternative to somebody else. By the way, this sounds exactly like differentiation. This is like literally almost word for word what I've said about differentiation in terms of positioning your product different so that you can stand out. And I think this can be part of your differentiation is, you know, are you sourcing with less toxic packaging or materials, or less waste, or less unrecyclable, you know, styrofoams and other stuff, or, you know, how your materials are they is there lead in it? Is it toxic? You know, what are the working conditions at your factories, and showing your whole supply chain. These are all ways for you to get your story across for why your brand is better. And even if your story and your product isn't absolutely perfect for the world, if it's a better alternative than what they would have bought anyways, then I would say that your net score on the world is positive by diverting people from something that might be very harmful to something that is pretty good. You are doing the world good in some way by doing that. So I really think when we're talking about picking products for Amazon, it's important to think about, in my opinion, and hopefully in some of yours, it's important to think about, what is the effect of this product on the world? Is this good for people? Is this benefiting people's lives? Is this helping people achieve a goal? Is it helping people on their path? Is it, you know, is it toxic? Is it harmful? Is it leaving people worse off? Are you tricking people into buying something that's going to break and end up in a landfill? Are you selling people a consumable product that doesn't work? There's just so much dirty stuff. And if you're just flooding the world with more crap and profiting off of it, then I wouldn't feel good about that. And this is something I've learned this through sort of doing it right and also sort of doing this wrong, by the way. Over the years, I shifted more and more into products that not only fit all the criteria that I've always talked about on the channel, but also sort of fit the is it good test. I don't know how else to put it. Just, is it good for the world? Is it harmful, or is it positive? And I think you'll ultimately feel way better selling a product that you feel good about. You feel good knowing that your product is in customers' hands. You feel good knowing that they're buying yours instead of the alternative, because it's genuinely a better experience for them. It's genuinely less negative in a variety of these different ways that I brought up. So yeah, I definitely don't think most Amazon sellers are thinking about this. I'm very curious about your perspective. For me, as somebody who is pretty minimalistic in terms of consumerism and just being flooded with crap, and somebody that cares about the environment and health a lot, it is something that I think about. And it's something that I hope you will think about as you get into selling products and starting businesses. Is it good for the world? And are you passionate about it is another piece of this too. It's hard to be passionate about something that's just a piece of crap. It really is. So if it can sort of align with all of the criteria, you know, the number stuff, and you love it, and it's good for the world, then that's a business that you're not going to burn out on ever, or not nearly as quickly as if it's a piece of crap that's not that good, or it's something you really don't care about, it's just super boring or whatever. So definitely let me know in the comments what you think about this. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, please do. You can hit the bell if you want to or not. You should probably turn all the notifications off on your phone. Actually, it's very, very distracting and not good for you. And you can follow me on Instagram if you want to. I'm posting stories and just daily life stuff pretty much most days. And there's also a Facebook group in the description for Amazon and entrepreneurship and just everything in general. And you can get in there for free. That's all. And check out whatever else is in the description. Click all the things if you want to, and see you next video.